Hey guys, my name is Jack Bland and welcome back to my channel. Now, I have been away for a little longer than usual. You know, I've been in Prague, just like partying. We didn't party, I was with the family, but you know, it was a good trip. We saw a guy like piss on the side of the street, so you know, if that's not a great holiday, I don't know what is. Now today, we're going to be bringing something back into this channel. That thing being Storytime, because you know, that somewhat used to go down well, and I think I have some better stories to tell you now. I'm a little less filtered. But this story in particular is about my psycho stalker way back in 2015 and 2016. So tuck in, boil the kettle, I've got some tea to spill. Yes. Now, I would say that I've got an extremely broad range of friends who I've come to know over many years or very recently. And with that, I've always provided support, a helping hand, because a lot of the time you can get stressed, worried about things, and that's what you're there for as a mate. But there may have been one time where I helped someone a bit too much. And let's just clear one thing up, I didn't sleep with them. That kind of thing doesn't happen to me, so you know, fun. Now back in 2015, I used to be heavily involved with the church. Yes, I used to be holy. I used to give Adam and Eve, but now I'm giving Adam and Steve. And with this, I had a small group of friends who I used to go to these debates with. There was a youth club, it was all really good fun. To be honest, I probably just went for the free coffee. Coffee was good. Coffee's the only thing that got me through my studies. But to be honest, I think I just enjoyed it because I got to be around this group of friends at the time. I mean, only one of these friends I speak to now, but it's a great throwback to times of crippling anxiety and the straight life. Oh yeah, I was never straight. Now, here's where the stalker comes in. Now, we're at one of these debates and this one guy is running his mouth probably as much as Mr. Johnson, and all of a sudden, my stalker is introduced to me. It was like this distinct look of someone looking like they smelled of cheese, and not the good kind. But being the good chats we were just chatting away to him, get to know who he was, what he did, and I think he was kind of a give or take a year older than us. But we all got along with him, to be fair. But never have I seen someone spill as much tea as he did onto his white shirt. I mean, I'm just glad he didn't take it off. So why is this very simple guy my stalker? Well, I'm glad you asked. We saw this guy a couple of times over the months of the year, and he'd always come and chill with us and conversate with us, and it was all good, to be honest. But then we decided to trade social media. Biggest mistake ever. There is a fine line between wanting to be a friend and then you just being straight up weird and stalkerish. Like, first off, his profile picture was just him as a baby, and then all of his pictures was just him as a child or a baby. There was no pictures of him in the present day. You'd think by looking at it, he's got some sort of promotional deal for Pampers. No joke, I swear there was actually a picture of him getting changed out of the diaper when he was a baby. I actually retched. Now, the evening that he added me on social media, my phone had died and I had to wait to get it charged when I was back home. And the walk home is about 15 minutes from where I used to go to these events. By the time I had got back to my house and had charged my phone, he had tried to message me and call me 30 times. 30 times. Now, I'm no genius, but surely, if I have not answered the phone, you've got to get the hint that I can't get to it. It's died. What was so important? You just literally saw me at one of these events. What was so important that you couldn't hold on until I got home to answer my phone? You tried to message me 30 times. So that was kind of the first thing that weirded me out. So eventually I message him back, we're having a nice little conversation, and then he kind of goes away for a few days and then pops back up, but I get quite blunt with him because he's very, very persistent with me. This is also probably the reason why I'm still very single. Now, he comes back again, but this time it's a little bit different. It's extremely late at night and it's with a completely different attitude. So he goes really in depth about his personal life, like it's the kind of stuff you'd be telling your therapists, your counsellors, your gynecologists. Now, you could tell that this guy was getting really depressed on the phone because he was leaving me voicemails of him crying, leaving the same types of messages. I was trying to help him and just try and make him feel better, uplift him, but nothing was getting through. I'm not gonna lie though, it was like a bit of a theatrical monologue. I was very immersed in his presence, and I must say, it wasn't actually because I could smell his piercing infection. Yum. Now, I don't want to sound like too much of a bitch because I'm always there for any of my friends whenever they're feeling low, but because of how persistent it was, it made me feel so uncomfortable. And I've known this guy for what, 3 months or so, and seen him probably maximum 9 times. What kind of creeped me out a little bit more is that it wasn't just me that he was doing this to, he was actually doing this to my group of friends and a wider circle around us. Every time we posted, every single story, every time we popped up online, we could not go on our social medias without him being on our tails. It was weird. It was like a fox-rabbit chase, except I was the rabbit and I had no legs, no arms, no head, and no bloody body. What was especially weird was how persistent he was when I was out. So I was going to go into town one day to catch a bus, and I think this was at the time when Snap Maps had just been introduced, and I swear he was literally waiting at the bus shelter when I arrived. And there were a couple other situations like this, so I'd go shopping with a friend and he'd be trailing behind us. And there he was, scanning me like a hawk. I couldn't do it. So finally I thought, I've just had enough with this. All of my friends had cut contact because of how uncomfortable and weirded out they were getting with this whole situation. And I just thought, okay, well I'll be nice about it and I'll just be a bit more upfront and tell him how I'm feeling. So I messaged him saying how uncomfortable I was with what he was saying and doing. I also explained that he probably needed some proper help from therapists or counsellors, just because I did acknowledge that he was always too upset to get through to, and I felt like I just couldn't help him in any way possible. And I would say I've done this in a very calm and warm way, and I worded it extremely carefully because I didn't want to really hurt his feelings through it. Now, the next message I got was a voicemail message, and oh my god, it was like a mixture of Stormy Jenner's tantrums and Gordon Ramsay's feuds. It was basically an uncomprehendable language that could only be understood by our friends in Area 51. So I tried to explain a bit further, but I'm just getting so much nonsense back that it just turns into this full-blown out argument. And it ends in this very pleasing comment that goes along the lines of, "My sister's just seen what you've put and she's not very happy with you. Oh, have I been a bad boy?" I just spit, wow. But he follows it up by just saying how him and his sister are going to come up to my face and say all the things that he's just said on this voicemail. So as a whole, he basically tried to set his sister on me after I tried to help him. Fantastic. I would be more scared if my own mother borrowed my phone for like 2 seconds. If I can read my stalker, I can study your sister. So he never went forward with this, and instead I just got blocked by him. And I thought, great, finally got rid of my 2015 stalker. I thought wrong. A few months passed and he pops up again, and the cycle repeats itself. And I gotta say, this carried on until probably the end of 2016. It was so persistent and so strange. I had met this guy probably 9 times maximum. I can't really be your beacon when you're an acquaintance who I really just haven't met or got to know. What was strange is that I think he created, over different social medias, I think he created about 10 different accounts just to try and speak to me. It was crazy. I don't see how someone can't see that that's weird. But my advice to you guys would be, never help anyone ever, or state any facts or opinions, because that just makes you a bitch, and nobody likes a bitch. You'll just get blocked. Thanks so much for watching today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe and share, and hit the bell to see whenever I upload. Be sure to follow my Instagram and my Twitter. I do post more on Instagram, but the Twitter's there as well, so you can see whenever I upload. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, don't stalk anyone.